So the install has now been successful. So just actually going to minimize this here. So now we're just going to add the Active Directory Federation Service feature in the resource partner itself. So actually, let's actually bring this back up here. So I'm going to create the KDS root key for the group managed services account with this command here. Let's see where I went wrong. Let's see. Space here. There it is. All right, perfect. So we have the GUID for the managed service account, which is created here. All right. So now we're just going to install the AD Federation service. Um, all right. So now the Windows feature is just being installed, and I'll get a confirmation, of course, when it's successfully completed. It'll allow me to move on to the next task. Looks like it's moving pretty quickly, quicker than normal. I'll give it a few moments. There it is. All right, so now I can configure a standalone Federation server. So let's actually swivel back over to here. All right, let me refresh this here. There it is. That's what I was looking for. All right, so now let me actually maximize this. Just going to hit next. Correct first. Um, all right, so let's see. ECL1. It's cool. This is cool. Let's do. Oops. Perfect. Actually, the next one. There we go. This is cool. This is good. We're gonna have to configure. That's okay. So I just gotta wait for the install to complete the process. It'll just take a few moments. All right, it's completed. In the results page, you can see a summary of the configuration settings that were made. But obviously for right now, just not take a look. So let's actually restart. Then it should ask me for some things when it officially restarts. All right, so everything has restarted. So now we're going to verify the availability of Federation metadata on the ADFS server. So just to verify that, of course, DC has completed this restart, which it has waited quite a while for it. And since Win10 is also a domain member, we need to also ensure that DCO1, which is domain controller, is up and running before we start working in Win10. So with that being said, let's go over and swivel over here. All right, so we got everything up and running. So let's go ahead and take a look here. Look at our connections. Right. All right, so let's see. change this. um, okay. All right, perfect. So now we're going to launch Internet Explorer, unfortunately. We don't need anything. Okay, perfect. So let's head to this website here. All right. So we need to make sure that this file opens so we can take a look at the file. Okay. Um, that's fine. I have another. Let's do. Uh, all right, so the metadata now of the ADFS server is now displayed. Now that we have that, I'll minimize it. So now we can take a look at installing the ADFS in partner domain. So let's swivel over to the SAO1 and let's open up the PowerShell. Actually, I believe it's already open. Yeah, and I'll just open up a new one here. All right, so we got the GUID that was generated. Actually, I'm going to copy and paste. Uh, I'm going to need this. All right, just leave that there. All right, so now that I have that, I can install the AD Federation services. So let's put this here. Um, all right, so once I get this, the confirmation that has been installed, I'll be able to move forward. Again, configuring a standalone federation server in the accounts partner organization. There it is. All right, so to do that, I have to go back here and actually refresh here. Then I should get one of these again. Okay, there it is. That's good. All right, and of course. to specify. Okay. Loading for a second. All right, still, like it's still installing the internal DB. So wait till this done, then I'll be able to text, but hit next. All right, so now we can close this out. All right, um, there it is. All right, perfect. So it's going to have to restart in order to do what it has to do, and I'll place us on the other side of that restart. All right, so everything has been officially restarted for SAO1. So now what we're going to do is verify the availability of the Federation metadata on the ADFS server on accounts partner, and that allows us, well, that facilitates that we can begin to facilitate that ability to verify in Win10. So let's take a look at here, and we're actually going to, it lets me here. Take a look, see if it doesn't work. All right, that's fine. Perfect. So, so we can, as I mentioned, we continue to the website, right? So the metadata again of the ADFS server is displayed. So we're good there. So that leads us to a final exercise, which is going to be creating the AD Federation Services Trust. So typically in Active Directory Domain Services or ADDS, a trust relationship is created between two AD domains that span two domain forests or two external domains to allow the sharing of network assets or a centralized administration of users or groups between domains. So the trust relationship is actually a logical link between two domains that relies on a verifiable and permanent network connection to authenticate all identities to access resources in the AD domains. So let's go ahead and get started with enabling the claims provider trust. So the claims provider is the ADFS server that hosts users with signed tokens containing claims, right? So a claim is when a statement that describes a user pretty much, for example, like a name, an email address, a user principal name, or when a user connects to a network resource found in the partner organization, the user's claim is usually authenticated using the ADDS and populates the user claim with the attributes required by the partner organization. So let's get back to here. Let's actually take a look at ADFS management. Okay, let's actually maximize this. Let's take a look at the claims provider, as I mentioned. All right, so let's edit these claim rules here. And we're actually going to add a rule. All right, so let's see. Yeah, that's fine. Okay. Okay. Actually, let me take a look here. That and the mapping, the attributes. Let's see. sure why. Mm, perfect. Okay, no, no. Okay. Actually, let me do something else. All right, perfect. Looks like that looks good. All right, so now we're just gonna then okay, so we can close the claim rows. All right, so now we're going to configure the Windows Identity Foundation Federation utility. So let's actually swivel over to DM1 and let's open up Internet Explorer. And then let's head here. Um, now let's see. Okay, finish. Close this out. All right, let's go back to Server Manager. Let's see this up a bit more. Actually, there we go. All right, we want to use an existing. All right, so then let's see. One we've been using. It's actually wrong. Let me check the rest of it. Because the connection, as I'm typing, I guess too fast for the connection. So when I type, while it is registered, then I'm typing, it registers sometimes that I'm typing when the connection may drop for a split second, and I may not make it register, I guess, when during that split second. So nonetheless, all right. So for the signing certificate chain validation error, we're just going to keep the default setting for disabling the certificate. No encryption. Yeah, that's good. We don't need that. Offered. We're good. Um, we're good here as well. So we just configured the application as you see here with the notification there. So now we're just going to configure a relying party trust for the claims web application. So the relying party is the organization. It's the organization where the application is located. So it functions as the other side of the ADFS authentication authorization process. So in this lab, practicelab.com is where it's the organization where the application resides, and the application resource will be accessed by practiceit.co.uk. So how we're able to do that is just a few steps, right? So take a look at here, and then take a look at our connections, right? Pretty much similar concept to what we did before, right? Let's see. Same concept, right? We did this earlier. Okay. Right, perfect. Actually, I can close this out. All right, so we're good here. So let's take a look at here. Okay. Edit. Right, perfect. So let's actually start. Make sure the claims aware. Yeah. Let's take the data address. And we want to, let's see. Yeah. And actually, all right, ready to trust. Ready to add trust, right? This is good. So here. All right, so it was successfully added, so we're good to go. Close here. Now we're going to configure the claim rules for the relying party trust. So federation servers use claim rules to process claims, right, presented by a user. Um, when accessing an application found in a resource partner organization. So, for instance, the claim rules might state that an email address is accepted as a valid claim from the accounts partner, and um, this kind of transformed into a into a specific role in a resource partner organization. So now I'm just going to set up again the claim rules for the trust here. If it lets me type. Okay. There it is, finally. So let's do that here. What do we want to change? Um, okay, let's see. Perfect. So let's go ahead and add the rule. Actually, let's apply. Let's see. I don't know. Perfect. All right, so the two transform rules have been added, so we can actually go ahead and go for a third. So let's see. Same thing. Perfect. So now I'm just going to add one more rules, the final one. Promise. So we've done all of that, so we can hit apply and actually hit OK. All right, so let's see. Refresh. Now let's take a look at the properties here. All right, perfect. So let's test the URL. Perfect. So it's been validated, which means that the trust was successfully created. That's what we want. Now we're just going to close this out and let's take a look at, let's actually create a claims provider trust for the claims web application. So the claims trust is set up on a relying party federation server, which is DC01 for the practicelabs.com organization. And the claims provider trust identifies the claims provider practice IT and describes how the relying party practicelabs.com utilizes the claims issued by practice IT. All right, so to create it, let's actually swivel over here and let's get here. Let's take a look here. Here. Let's do so. All right, so no, it's not let's do okay. Let's do again. Perfect. So we can see that it has been added. So Now we can configure the claim rules for the claims provider trust. So the claims rules just define how the claims are sent and used by the ADFS server. So the claim rules are used by accounts, the accounts partner organization to provide claims to their users, right? So it's actually the claim rules here. All right, perfect. So here, perfect. So we're good there. So that brings us to the end of this video where we implemented AD Federation services. Thank you so much if you got to the end. I'm not going to do a recap. Well, maybe I'll do a brief one. So we prepared system requirements for the ADFS resource partner. We did the same for the accounts partner. We also did the name resolution for resource and account domains. We prepared requirements for the ADFS server resource partner. We also installed and configured AD Federation services and created AD Federation services trust. This was fun, slightly nerve wracking to be honest, but still fun. And now on the next video, what we're going to be doing is performing offline attacks. That should be even more fun. I'll see you there. Thank you for watching. Stay curious, stay secure.